Hey guys, Mestre Sukuri coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. To all you Zuadores, I want to work this week a lot on how to use your hands during movements, okay? I'm going to run some simple kicking drills, but what I want you guys to do is to try to do this. And we're generally going to be touching with the palm of the hand, all right? Let's warm up first with a simple ginga and esquiva de costas. In the center, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. About 10 of those. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but lower. Great. Now, the last set of 10 I'm going to do when I come back using my elbows. Okay, by using my elbows, I create more of a connection through my back all the way through. If I go like this, if I'm just like this, you really don't see a connection. But if I were to extend it, where the elbow lines up with the chin, you get that extension through here, okay? To continue with today's program, we're really going to be using our hands. The most important thing is to remember that you're in connection with your partner. So I'm not putting my hands out if my partner's in front of me. So when I move, I'm always coming back to my partner. You see that? Great. Now let's do this with a simple meia lua de frente. Okay? I'm going to touch once, kick the meia lua de frente, same hand, come back, and then palm it with the other hand. Palmada or escada with the other hand. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What I'm doing is I'm learning to use my body to naturally flow between my partner and myself. You see that? Let's do one more set. So pause the video and do one more set of the same thing. Now let's do one more set from the from the ginga position. Great. Now, we're going to work the meia lua de frente, the same thing. Now we're going to do 10 more from meia guarda, 10 more from ginga, but this time, those 10 are going to be done more with the elbow movements, okay? Ten more using the elbows for meia guarda. Now, let's do 10 more from the posição da ginga. Same thing with the elbows. Great. The next kick we're going to work on is just going to be something really easy, which is just a standard queixada. I'm going to go a little bit, I'm going to over-exaggerate the kick so that you guys can get a better idea of how I'm doing this, okay? Again, we're going to be using our hands and then moving to our elbows in sets of 10. Check my distance. When I do the queixada, I'm going to touch once, but not drop the hand, pull it back out so that I can get a nice twist and bring the queixada over. After the queixada, I'm going to check it again here. Two things are happening. One, I'm learning to use my body mechanic with my partner, but also I'm learning to keep my distance, okay? I want to stay in distance. A lot of times, people will say, hey, Mestre, so I feel too close or too far. There's no such thing actually. You're either in distance or you're not in distance because we're talking about a martial arts approach to capoeira, okay? Here we go. The main thing about these drills is so you learn for your hands not to just be anywhere. Always the question is, how do I use my hands in capoeira? Everything I'm doing is actually a hand movement. Escada lateral or escada da minha escada, palmada inversa. All of these moves are part of capoeira. So what problem is we're not using them or we're not training them in our regular training. So what we're doing with these drills here today is using those moves. Now, 10 more queixada, but I'm going to use the elbows to instead of touching with my hand, but still getting that connection to my partner. Okay, here we go. queixada with the elbows. The last kick I want to work on today is going to be armada. We call it armada pasando because I'm going to be moving side to side, kicking more from the meia guarda as opposed to kicking from a ginga position. Now, you don't have to use something like this. This literally comes up to about mid-chest. For me, it's an old atabaki. I fixed it up so that I could train on it. And I like it, but you don't have to use the same thing. Don't get hurt, guys, trying to do things that are a little bit still beyond your ability. And if you can do something even higher, if you want to kick something higher, go ahead. This, for me, reminds me of my partner's shoulder to shoulder, and I'm kicking over it. So for sure, my kicks are going to be nice and clean. Here we go. This time, when I go through the armada, I'm going to step, touch, so that I can turn, touch, touch. Most likely, once I start going, it'll just be the right hand, the same leg that's kicking. So, by touching at the end, I'm checking my partner, but I'm also bringing back my elbow to line up with my chin. Now I'll do 5 and 5, but I'll use my elbow as the checking point. All right, for our last challenge on the armada, this is going to be a little bit more fun, but a little more challenging. I'm going to do the same kick, but this time I'm going to focus on body mechanic and body balance. To do that, when I touch the drum, I'm also going to touch the floor at the same time, so I get a full extension. All right, let's do 10 of those. What I'm doing with this is after I finish the armada or the queixada, I'm able to return and check my partner in case they try to come in and return with the body mechanic. A lot of times people are kicking and they're not returning. What I mean by this is after they kick, they just let the leg fall. But you actually need to return using this muscle here too, returning to the ginga, and that would make it a body mechanic. Now, let's bring it all together with the meia lua de frente, the queixada, and the armada. Since I'm going to freestyle a little bit more, I'm going to be touching the drum, but you guys can start feeling how that works as you do the movements. The main one being the first, after the nail de frente, touch, queixada, touch, and then an armada with the touch, okay? Here we go. Let's do a couple just for the video, but we're gonna end up doing a set of 10. Ready? Okay, I did 4. Let's do 6 more and see how I'm touching and moving and swinging. Now, this is what creates that balançando in capoeira, right? Instead of just having your arms drag all around, you're more active with your partner. So today's training, we really worked on a lot of stuff, but the main thing being that connection to your partner. Come over here and I'll show you guys a better way of how to explain this. I got a rope just that it's easy to slide. I'm gonna put it at the top of my palms like that. Now, to understand this body mechanic is to just remember that you're always moving with your movement together. A lot of times people are like all over the place. So what we're going to do today is really focus on having that really nice connection to my partner. You see how my body stays aligned? It's not a perfect drill, but it's something for you guys to try just to develop some feeling. What I tend to do with that exercise is, what I'll do is I'll put my students to train that 30 seconds at a time and switch off with your partner. More advanced would be if 2 people do it together and they're able to keep. That's a lot more difficult and challenging, but it's also good for body mechanic training. Thanks for training with me today. I love this series of Come Train With Me. There's a lot more videos. I've put them on the channel and I've separated them to playlists. Training these different types of capoeira exercises will help you develop flow. Today, we really worked on connecting with our partner, readjusting our body mechanic, and really creating that beautiful dance like capoeira that made capoeira so famous. Guys, I hope you liked this video. More to come. Have a fantastic day. Lots of love, lots of peace, and lots of capoeira.